Well, probably some of the biggest news going on, man, is Foolio out of
Rest in peace to that
Jacksonville.
youngster.
Yeah, rest in peace, Foolio, man. I interviewed him
Oh,
a
you
couple
did? Salute.
times. Yeah, yeah, man. He was a real cool dude, man. What's your thoughts on that situation?
Now, condolences to his peoples. Shout out to his side, the op side, no dog in the fight. I see Black Young Life. I see some reporting on it. And from what I could gather, it seemed like he took some of his last moments alive, teasing and taunting death, being loose, dropping locations, um, not considering some of the energy he didn't put out into the universe with trolling other people in that realm. That's what I can vaguely gather. And I just think all the young people that are still left here behind, even if you active, you think you a G, you be out here moving, sliding. Everybody know you don't drop your location. I think that he opened up his birthday celebration to quite a few strangers. And when you got real ops, bro, you see that little footage that the police gather. When people that serious about coming to get you, sometimes it's not much you can do anyway though. See, I just changed the whole thought. I was trying to hold him accountable, but I just thought about that footage. But when they coming like that, bro,
Which footage are you referring to?
that dark parking lot, when you see the car
Oh,
peel off, and you see
oh,
his partner
oh.
that was driving kind of react to it on a few interviews, yeah.
Well, okay, the actual footage of him being killed. Okay.
Because be 100%, that's why you got to stop the locations and make your circle smaller because he could have been in that car with 30 choppers. Wouldn't have helped him. It could have been on his lap.
Yeah, I interviewed the driver, and
That was you. I saw what he said, bro.
yeah, he wasn't expecting it. They were.
I called the hotel, and then as I'm speaking with her, I'm still just looking out the window. I put my phone down on my lap because she put me on hold. Looked down at my phone for like a split second, and then something just like ain't feel right. So as soon as I look up, I just see, you feel me? Shooters.
See, this is the part of the game that I've participated, and there's a lot of youngsters coming up that they don't quite calculate. Shit get real. When nigga you really got love for, even if you don't got love for, that's a nigga that's with you, and you see him holding on to them last breaths and he lose that fight, that's a cold something to witness. I've seen it up close in person for the first time in 1996. Saw it again like in 2012. And it's just, I just thank God for every day that I spend breathing, bro.
Well, they were able to make some arrests
I saw
pretty
that.
quick.
Yeah.
I mean, even a couple of days. I think a day or two after it happened, they were like, "Yeah, we'll be arresting some people."
Just think, this is a probably per capita space. That's an area that's probably a tenth of small of LA, or maybe a 15th or a 20th. Their technology is probably equally as sophisticated. So the camera system, the shit that sometimes they even utilize to track people halfway across LA, that's not always reliable. In these smaller areas, bro, it's a lot of space between a lot of what's going on to block the view. So Big Brother got a good eye on a lot of areas, bro. His view on every area is increasing, but in a lot of areas, he has impeccable view. And if you are not really, really, really calculating not just how to get to your man, but how to not be detected while you're doing it, before you did it, and after you did it, that takes a lot more thought than it used to take. A lot more thought. To the point where doing it undetected is getting deemed close to impossible. It takes a lot of thought.
That was gonna be my next question. Was gonna be how has technology changed the streets?
I think it's like if the day room didn't have a guard in the tower, it'd be way more active. People be picking they wait for the blind moment, wait for him to walk. Sometimes you get a crash out, but just that guard up top with his eyes, it keeps a lot of shit down. I think cameras having the same effect. We still have the element of people that's ready to crash out over nothing, But I think the things that people are willing to crash out, that value is increasing by the masses. It's gonna get to the point where I believe eventually you're gonna have to harm somebody's woman, kids, mother for them to crash out. I think that in general it's working toward that. But we still have people that's willing to crash out on camera for every reason, but I think there's less people overall.
I mean, out of all the murders, the hip hop murders that have happened in the past 5-6 years or so, I mean, I think there's been arrests for all of them except Draco. Might be the only one that there hasn't been any arrests for. I mean, you're talking Mo 3 arrested, XXX arrested,
Arrests,
Foolio,
Nipsey
Pop Smoke,
arrests.
Vaughn. Well, I mean, you know, he beat it, but you know, we know who did it. You know, Duck. I mean, Slim 400, the dude.
Rest in peace, Slim.
Rest in peace, Slim. He was just sentenced not too long ago.
Right.
PNB Rock.
And look how many of these situations have accompanying video to help solve the crime.
Yeah.
It seems like it's hand in hand. It's like, I heard now in like China or Japan, one or the other, you could jaywalk and they got sensors where your social credit score will go down for jaywalking. You won't have to never see a human. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they got some wild technology too. Like, your eyes, they know about your eyes and shit. So like, if you're on the run and you go to a concert, like they put up one of these things and it's gonna scan.
You know, I just saw something about NFL. There's an announcement where it's gonna be facial recognition being launched throughout the whole crowd this season. So part of you accepting the ticket and being in the big arenas, I believe, is you accepting that there's gonna be facial recognition used on everybody. They're building a database. So if you on the run and you got a fake ID and all that, you try to duck off and go to a game, it's a good chance you might get tapped on your elbow while you're sitting in the game, shoulder to shoulder. And then at the same time, you scroll down social media and they got the most realistic pullover face mask coming out that you ever seen too. Have you seen those masks?
No.
Well, they got some masks that right now you could pull over and be me. And you will look at it and be like, what the beside that little lighter part in your eye, they got some shit out here, bro.
Oh, the oh, yeah, okay.
And they're like facial thin almost. And it's just like, they got all the details. And if you're just trying to be there and not really be there and get in and get out, they got some cold. Like every time they up the ante, the counter.
The other side.
Mm-hmm.
Ups
You
it
gotta
too.
be, yes, but it's like you gotta eliminate emotions and crash outs. And I think a lot of that unnecessary, unwarranted violence that we want to eliminate, I think it'll help eliminate that. But once you choose to violate certain principles, a certain amount of violence is not going to be able to be eliminated because certain people are going to stand on certain principles regardless of the consequences.
Yeah.
But for the amount of the activity that would prefer to get away with it and look for a blind spot, I think the cameras are going to lead to a lot of that activity being eliminated.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.